Erik had done the thing he had been threatened with death to do since the time he was a little kid. He told his brother, and the brother confronted his father about the and only the revelation of the secret makes sense with respect to why this happened then. And there is nothing the prosecution can come up with which would make any rational person think, oh, that's it. That's what knocked this little planet, Erik Menendez, who his whole life was circling these twin stars of his parents, locked in their gravitational field of total control and total intrusion and total indoctrination. What knocks that kid, who is tied by every notion of gravity, psychological and physical and dependency, to these people, so out of course that he can look back and say, my life hasn't been great, I think I'll fix it. For kids in these families, it is absolutely impossible to think that he wakes up a different person one morning, no longer under the total influence of these people. These people are his world, and he expected them to go on that way, and that was just fine with him if his father would just free him from this thing he could not tolerate. You talk about him being an adult at 18. He is incredibly immature. He should have had that crisis, frankly, a couple of years before. He is a case of arrested development because they didn't let him develop as an independent person. He's just starting to hit these issues of independence, of having a right to his own body. At 18, that I figured out at 12. Well, he can't figure that out at 12 when his father him at 12. He can't pick up a hanger and hit him and have a father who will say, you're right, I'm wrong, you're not a baby anymore, I can't treat you like I own you. Not in this family. At 18, he's still a baby. Mentally and emotionally, when was he allowed to grow up to be an independent thinker, to think that he was strong enough to confront these people, to think that he even had a right to make his own decisions? Children do not think, I'm living in a household. They think, I'm sad. What did I do wrong? Why are they treating me this way? I must have done something wrong. They don't know any other life. They don't know other parents don't do this to kids. They don't know they're in an abusive family. They don't know their father's controlling. All they know is, this is life and I have to cope with it. But at certain developmental ages, the human organism simply needs to be recognized as a separate human being. And for most of us, that happens a whole lot younger than 18. But for Erik, locked in this family, it happens at 18. He can't handle it anymore. And he has been dreaming of rescue for 3 years. He has coped with his incredibly sadistic and violent father. Not all child molesters are sadistic and violent. Some of them are quite meek and mild. Some of them love children. Now, it's very damaging for a child to be molested by anybody, even somebody who is nice. But José Menendez stopped being nice when Erik was 11. And he then started to display the same kind of sadism that other people saw in other aspects of his child rearing. The jumping and this sort of thing. He starts to display that within the context of the sex. Now that is extreme. Extreme. And Erik has managed to cope and has managed to hold on with one hope. I will go to college. I don't have to confront him because I can't. I'm a coward. He is all in this family. I can't run away because where would I go and who would believe me? And they've made him such a cripple. Mr. Kuriyama says he'd get off his butt and work. Was Mr. Kuriyama on a tennis court at 5 o'clock in the morning when he was 10 years old, drilled and grilled for 3 hours, and then went to school, and then taken around for more tennis courts for more hours of drilling and grilling, and then went back home to have dinner, which was like Jeopardy, and more drilling and grilling, and then had to satisfy his father's and then had to do his homework till 10 o'clock at night? And he wants to talk about this kid not working? This kid worked every day of his life to please these people. Every single day of his life. This is the hardest working kid I've ever heard of. He should have been paid. They violated the child labor laws, and he has the nerve to sit there. He should get off his butt and work.